Okay, so the current dealio is I'm making dinner. I am home for dinner by myself today. So what I'm doing is I'm currently making a tempeh stir fry, and yeah, recovery point, I am cooking with oil, which oil has always been kind of like scary for me, but I am using it to cook with it to challenge that, and yeah, we're just gonna see how this goes. So this is how the tempeh came out. It's all like brown and crispy. I used oil cooking it too, so. But what I'm supposed to do is I'm supposed to cook the vegetables and then add the tofu back along with like the rest of the garlic marinade sauce, and then add some brown rice and then like put it all together, and then it's like a stir fry. So I'm really excited to try it. Okay guys, so this is the final product of what I ended up making for dinner. So the recipe is from Minimalist Baker. I did everything except instead of the quinoa, I added brown rice because I only had brown rice cooked. So yeah, that's the situation. I'll leave the link to the recipe in the description box. But yeah, I'm gonna dig into this, and then I'm going to also talk to you guys about just random stuff, because I wanted to do, I guess this is just going to be like a mukbang or whatever when I talk about like my thoughts, but we'll just see how this goes.
Few minutes later.
So this is the final product. It smells delicious, and I'm very interested to see how this tastes, so we're gonna give it a little taste test, you know? Let's get a... Ooh. I've never eaten in my room before, so I don't want to stain the rug. Tofu action there. The sweet and sour, like chicken and all that kind of stuff, like this is a really good like oriental kind of recipe. So 10 out of 10. What I kind of wanted to talk about today is, I mean, I didn't really know what I wanted to talk about. I just kind of felt called to like make a video. So this might be long, this might be short, just bear with me here, but it's kind of like a mukbang where like I get to eat and talk to you at the same time. So if you want, like, grab food, because, you know, that's what you do. We'll chat. Anyway, what I kind of wanted to talk about, I guess, was like my current like thoughts on recovery and fears and stuff like that. So like something that I'm fearing with like this meal is that like I used oil, and oil's always been like something scary for me, especially like when I became vegan 2 years ago. I had a lot of like people that I looked up to like turn away oil and say that it's bad for you and it has no nutritional content whatsoever, so you should not eat it. And that kind of became like my perception of oil, and I would eat oil like sometimes like if it was in a food at a restaurant like I couldn't take out, but at home like I would strictly cook like without oil and only use water. And to be honest, with like my experience with not using oil, it made it a lot harder to cook, especially since nonstick pans especially weren't really common in my kitchenware, and I'm not gonna go spend another $100 like getting nonstick everything, and I just don't think it's that convenient for people. And honestly, like veganism, I don't ever want to end up taking it to that extreme again, because to that kind of extreme, I think it's like a diet, and I plan on being vegan for ethical reasons, and I'm not going to. Oil doesn't harm animals, last time I checked, so it makes your food nice and crispy, so that's an extra bonus. I included oil in this meal not once, but twice. Once to cook the tempeh, and another to cook the veggies. So, score! I guess something scary about today also was like, I have been trying to include more protein in my diet, because I met with my dietitian yesterday, my new dietitian, and I love her. She's like so amazing. We were able to talk about like looking at things from a scientific approach, which I personally enjoy, looking at things from a scientific perspective, because it makes me feel like I can apply it more, and it makes me feel more connected to understanding how my body functions. So we talked about protein, and we talked about the importance of, especially on a vegan diet, including protein and fat in your diet in order to like help with satiation. And we also explained blood sugar levels and how if you have a meal with like just carbs, then your blood sugar is going to go up, but then it's going to go crashing down in like an hour or even less than an hour. So it's like if you have a bowl of fruit, you're going to be full, but then like 30 minutes from now, you're just going to end up being hungry again. Whereas if you include maybe some more carbohydrates like fiber with oats or any other kind of grain, you might have a little bit more, but it would then again only last you about like 2 hours. Whereas if you include protein and fat, it could go like this, and then it'll slowly go. It'll be like a curve rather than just a straight up shot and down. And that kind of helped me gain perspective on like including more protein and like how that can help me feel more satiated. And it's been a little scary because I'll admit, like, for my morning snack I had like half a Lenny Larry cookie, and then for my afternoon snack I had the other half, and it was really like scary for me because I'm still also getting over like processed foods. And not that processed foods have been like a real big fear food, but it's just like having them more often. Like if I have them every once in a while, I'm not really scared, but if I have them like every day, I get like freaked out. So that's why I'm like trying to like go against that fear and like really challenge myself. It was kind of hard even just to make this because like I wasn't that hungry after having my other half of the Lenny and Larry cookie for afternoon snack, because I had my afternoon snack kind of late at like almost 5, and right now it's like it's around like 8:20, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna have like a big dinner, like I should just make a smoothie bowl. But then I was like, no, like I'm gonna nourish my body, I need to make sure I'm getting in proteins and fats, so I need to like make something that actually consists of those nutrients. So I'm like making sure I'm fueling my body, because one thing I know that I've always had trouble with is getting enough protein, especially since transitioning from a vegan diet. I know one mistake I made, and I'm planning on making a whole other video on this, but a mistake I made when going vegan was not taking the time to research like what plant foods have what nutrients in order to make sure I was getting enough of each. And that's what caused, like in my relapse while I was vegan, me to have really, really low protein levels. I mean, now I haven't checked them now, but I'm pretty sure they're fine as of right now, only because all my symptoms, like physical symptoms, aren't showing up again. But I've noticed in the past couple months I have been restricting and not having enough protein, so definitely incorporating more protein in my diet has definitely been something that I'm working on, and something that I talked with my dietitian on yesterday. And so I've been working to do that, and today has kind of been hard to do that because I feel like I've been eating a heck of a lot more, but I can do this, and so can you if you're like on this recovery journey too. So yeah, we can do this. Like, we're all in this together, and it's all a journey, so don't feel alone. I was gonna wear jeans today, you know, because jeans have always been like a challenge for me sometimes, just because like I feel like they never fit me right. But I wore them, or I tried wearing them today, and I put them on, and lo and behold, they did not fit. They were too tight. And not like the tight that like I can't even put them on, but like the tight where like they fit, but like they're not comfortable. Like I don't feel comfortable in them. I told myself, I was like, you know what? My body's changing. That's okay. I love my body. I don't weigh myself, and right now I'm not focused on the number on the scale. I'm focused on how I feel in my body. So regardless of whether I was a size lower or a size higher, I'm still gonna be me, and the number on a piece of clothing doesn't dictate that. So I'm hopefully gonna go shopping this weekend, because as of right now I got no jeans. So yeah, I'm currently selling them, so if any of y'all are interested, on my Instagram link, I have a link to my Depop shop that if you are those sizes and you are looking for clothes, I have some, so please buy from me. So we're more than a number, basically. I wish you could see how my dog's looking at me right now. She's like, feed me, but I'm like, no, you're not gonna like this. This is spicy. One of my major fears in recovery is the fear of gaining too much weight. Like, I look at my meal plan and I'm just scared because I don't know how I could possibly be able to eat that much. But obviously, I was eating that much because when I discharged at treatment, I was sustaining on that meal plan. But literally, for the past 8 months, I have not been following it at all. But yeah, I mean, I've still been eating, but like I haven't been like to the book, like making sure I have X amount of protein, X amount of fat, X amount of starches. So obviously it's made me digress a little bit, and I'm slowly beginning to like have that fear again of gaining weight. But I think that fear of gaining weight is definitely still a sign that like I'm letting food dictate my life, and this eating disorder still has its hold on me. So that's why knowing that kind of helps me like deter the voices that say, oh, you're recovered, you don't need to be following the meal plan. Because obviously if I was recovered, I would not be having these thoughts. So that kind of helps me say, you know what, that thought, you're not right, because I am still having that thought. So there's no way that I shouldn't be following my meal plan. Because yeah, and even if I wasn't following my meal plan, if I ate intuitively, as I said in my last video, it would still probably add up to that meal plan. So either way, I'm not eating enough right now. So, well, not right now, I'm eating enough right now, but like in general over the past couple months. So yeah, as I said before, I'm definitely working to change that. I'm worried about the fear of being hungry, but I have to learn that being hungry is okay. It's a natural signal that our body gives to tell us that it needs to be nourished. And I think I'm so scared of it because whoa guys, oh my gosh, I just had a breakthrough. Okay, so I'm gonna explain it. Okay, so I need to write this down. Okay. So I think that I'm so scared of being hungry because basically whenever I was hungry in the depths of my eating disorder, I would never honor it. So I'm scared every time I am hungry that I'm not going to feed it. Breakthrough of the day. So if you didn't catch that as I was writing it down, basically, I'm thinking, and I'm pretty sure this is true, because my body, like, I felt a shift when I said that. So I think the reason I feel so scared to be hungry is because all those years of my eating disorder, whenever I was hungry, I wouldn't allow myself to eat. So I'd suffer through the hunger. Like, I'd sit with it, and it hurt, and it was painful, and it was like a way to punish myself. So I think I'm scared to be hungry because my body doesn't want to be punished. And I have to kind of rewire that mindset to kind of tell myself that it's okay to be hungry because I'm going to feed you. I am going to feed you. I'm going to feed my body, even when it is hungry. And she does not have to worry about being hungry because I'm not gonna make her suffer through what she went through all those years ago. And I'm gonna love her, even though sometimes I feel insecure. And I hope you feel the same way about your body, because all bodies are beautiful. Maybe you're not on board, so we'll just touch on this topic too. Okay. My thoughts on people who've gone from being vegan to not being vegan. This is very off tangent to what I was usually talking about in the past 20 minutes, but it's okay because this is a mukbang, so we just talk about whatever comes to my head. I did feel kind of weird in December because I personally was contemplating like not being vegan, and then all of a sudden the video with Megan Moon and Evan came out of them saying that they are no longer vegan, and I was like, wow, like, is this like a sign for me to not be vegan? And then Bonnie Rebecca came out, Ravana, Raw Alignment, and I was like, holy crap, like, are like the gods raining down on me telling me don't be vegan anymore, don't be vegan anymore. And I was like, what do I do? I ended up telling myself that I needed to take a break from veganism, and that didn't mean not being vegan, but that just meant not feeling so attached to the label anymore, to focus on the end goal and not the present in regards to every single action I do had to be vegan, had to be perfect, had to be all parts and pieces. So what I did was from December to February and March, I was free range, like everything was on the table. I could have anything vegan. I also was like, sometimes I had Chick-fil-A milkshakes. I had that, and those aren't vegan. I had eggs. I honored my cravings for eggs. And I honored my cravings for a Chick-fil-A milkshake. When I went out to theme parks, I had some soft serve. I just kind of experimented, I guess, to see like how I felt when I had those. And with eggs, I would definitely say I did feel less bloated. But eggs for me was kind of like a one-time craving. So like I had a craving for eggs for like a couple weeks and then it just went away. So I wasn't going to force myself to continue eating it if I genuinely didn't crave it. And milkshakes I crave every now and then. I had probably one a couple, like about 3 weeks ago, and haven't really craved one since. And I also noticed like I just don't like the texture of like dairy ice cream as much as I like the texture of vegan ice cream. It's a lot smoother and like kind of like a frozen yogurt consistency rather than like a hard chewy consistency. So yeah, I've just noticed that like my taste buds have kind of naturally like gotten accustomed to like vegan food, so that's why I've kind of like made the transition back towards like eating more of a vegan diet, even though I never really went away from it. But yeah, I definitely believe like just because I might consume animal products every now and then, like to honor my soul hunger, even if it's every like once a year or whatever, I would still call myself a vegan because I still believe in the end goal of transitioning, of everyone being able to follow a plant-based lifestyle. Strict to the book veganism doesn't work for everyone, so I hate how all these vegans like are, some vegans, not all vegans. Some vegans actually have sympathy, but a couple of vegans are like trashing all these people that are leaving the lifestyle, and I'm like, why are you doing that? Like the whole point of veganism is to be sympathetic towards all living beings, and humans are living organisms too. So why are you trashing them and telling them that they aren't worthy of living because they are not vegan? Like, last time I checked, veganism wasn't a cult, and sadly, that's what I feel like some people who take it to the extremes like end up taking it as. So that's just sad, but I'm glad I'm not on that boat. That was delicious. I am pretty tired. I took a 2.5-hour nap today and like was passed out. I also did take a lot of tests today, so because you know it's that time of year as a senior, so I think I have like about 17 days left of school, so really excited for that. And I will definitely be making more videos, and I'll be able to like dedicate more time to working on this and building this up. So I'm super excited for that. But that will wrap the end of this mukbang, my first mukbang, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed, be sure to click that subscribe button down below and click on the bell icon so you know when I post videos next. Other than that, I hope all y'all have a beautiful rest of your day, and just remember, if you're going through something hard, Keep fighting. You're worth it. You're going to get through this. You are more than a number. By all means, I am right there with you. We might struggle, but we will come up that much higher, because the farther you pull out the arrow, the farther you pull it back and let it go, the farther you're gonna go. So just look at these struggles as precedents for how far you're going to go in the future. And just know that I'm always here to support you. I'm rooting for you, and maybe not in person but in spirit. And I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye.